Hello and welcome back to Tarot and Torch. Today we are going to do an unboxing of the Void Tarot, which is a relatively new tarot. It is a very beautiful gothic themed deck and I am incredibly excited to open this. I did undo the outside packaging, but I have not looked inside yet. As you can see, it's nice and glossy on the emblem there, but matte on the cardboard part of the box. And then we have the back. So we have the insides of the box. And then there is a paper inside with the card meanings on it. These cards I found on Instagram. Okay, so here are the card backs. And it's a really nice matte feeling to the cards. It feels like rose petal finish or a velvety, almost rose petal finish. Okay, and then we have the cards themselves, and they are absolutely stunning with the dark red that we have here and that sharp contrast with the white and all of the beautiful this is what made me want to purchase this deck, by the way, is the backgrounds of each of the cards are they remind me of Gothic cathedrals and architecture. So it's incredibly beautiful with that contrast. If I can get my camera to work with me. There we are. Okay. That's the Fool. And another thing about these is that the names have a nice metallic sheen here. If you can see, adds a really nice, elegant touch. This is the High Priestess, this is the Magician, and she is absolutely gorgeous. Try to go a little bit quicker here. We have the High Priestess. This reminds me of some kind of medieval manuscript that I'm looking in, almost like a demonology or bestiary type of book. That's the feeling that this gives, that there's something mysterious in this beautiful realm of Gothic architecture where we're stumbling upon, that was the Empress, by the way, that we're stumbling upon these figures and going on this journey. It has a very underworld kind of feel to it, as in, you know, Hades, underworld. And the Emperor. Hierophant. And it does have a storybook feeling because of the curated, I believe this is curated, the images, but because of the artwork style being so almost cross-hatched in the grayscale. The Lovers. It's beautiful. But the borders, they don't feel intrusive. It feels very much like a portal that we are stepping through and looking through to see the meaning of the cards, the energy of the cards. The Chariot. camera's sharpening up there. Okay. We have strength. Oh, the color of the red is absolutely breathtaking. I love it so much. I don't have many deep red decks. I have a couple of oracle decks, but this will go nicely with them. And then we have the Hermit. The bat wings are very interesting in this, and it gives a whimsical, but also this, again, reminding you that you are in a different realm where these are not typical figures that we associate with the tarot. These are more like creatures, and they remind me of fallen angels in that sense. Wheel of Fortune. This is a really beautiful wheel. I like the artwork here. Very simple, but different than what we are used to seeing with the spider. Okay, Justice. We have the typical figure here. The Hanged Man, a female depicted person who is hanging upside down in a very, again, a very whimsical way. She doesn't look unhappy here. It's more of like a specific pose that she is doing. Death. And I'm going to have to sit with this. I'm going to have to sit with some of these images to really see them fully and understand them, because the images are very small and subtle, so you have to spend time looking deeply at them to get their full scope of meaning and tone. Devil. And again, we have the wings, which add that beautiful little touch that makes this deck unique. The Tower. Trying to get it clear here. Right. The Star. Oh, this one's sweet. I like that one. The Star is one of my favorite cards, so I always look to that one. Let's see if I can. I don't feel that it's picking up. One of these days, I'm gonna get a new camera. There, I think that's better. Okay. The Moon. I like the moon on this one because it does bring the two columns in, which are important in the symbolism of the moon being between worlds. And then we have the sun. We have Judgment. The World. These are just so beautiful. I love when you have a deck that takes you into a different place. You feel like you are going into a miniature world. And that is exactly what this does. Ace of Swords, look at that. That's a very different card. And those that read with reversals may struggle with that one. I might myself, but I'm open to seeing how it works in that way. Two of Swords. Three of Swords, that's an interesting one. Four. The Five. Yes, I'm gonna have to sit with this. This is so interesting. Six of Swords. But I like decks that challenge the original images just a little. Seven of Swords. The Eight. The Nine. And the 10. The Page. The Knight of Swords. King. And the Queen. I love how her posture is so upright and proud here. The Cups. Oh, it's sticking a little. It's a very vampiric looking hand. And we have the Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. This deck feels like observing another world, like a peephole through a door to another world. That's the vibe that I'm getting from it. And not to say that it won't work for all readings, because I feel that it will. But it does feel like you are... I feel that this would be a really good deck to use for things like spirit communication, also perhaps doing something like world readings for world situations, but definitely in the spiritual realm. If you talk to guides or ancestors or anything like that, this is really great for that. This is the 6. The 7. The 8 of Cups. Beautiful 9 of Cups here. Ten of Cups. Page. Knight. King. Okay, and the Queen. And then we have the aces, ace of wands, the wands I meant. And the wands here look like scepters. Lovely. I like the way that they are drawn. It does have a very Victorian feel. 4. Love a good 4 of wands in a reading. 5. Traditional depiction there. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 8. Knight. King. Queen. Pentacles. The ace. I like the pentacles in this with the more traditional pentagram type of symbolism. And I love how they look as well. They're not, they have more cut out hollow spaces between the points of the star. Here we go. 3 of Pentacles. The pentacles do have a very, they feel very witchy from these images that I've seen. The backgrounds are different. I know they all have this similar kind of shape to them, but they actually have subtle differences, which I wasn't aware of. But it makes me like it more. Let's see, 8. 9. 10. 'Trying to get it clear for you. Okay, page. Knight, King, Queen. This is very, very interesting, very refreshing to have a deck like this that has so many different quirks to it and things to explore. I really like that about this deck. It does have the traditional symbolism, but it is in a different way. A lot of the cards have different positions or have experimented with gender swapping and things like that. So very, very interesting, unique deck. I'm going to pull a card from it just to see how it reads. It's going to take some work, both kind of mentally and psychically working with it, but also just to get it to shuffle a little bit better. Okay, let's just get, oh, we got the sun. So yes, very beautiful. I love the lens of the red and just what you can use that for. Beautiful for new moon work, goddess work, of course. This would be a wonderful deck to work for with Lilith, any of the dark goddesses, Hecate, and also just with themes around love and sexuality, especially with the red. But this it's not an overly passionate energy that comes from this for me. When I look at it, it has a reflectiveness and a quietness and a dreamlike feeling, a very whimsical feeling. So I'm very excited to see how this reads. I hope that you liked this review. I will put in the creator's link to her Instagram, and she puts these up from time to time, so they're not always available, but there's the backs again. Really beautiful. Very glad that I have it to work with, and I just love how different and beautiful it is. Very aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to be using it a lot, just experimenting with this world and playing around with the other decks that I have to pair it with, to create kind of deeper layers of meanings and what the cards could represent. So very excited, and I hope that you liked this unboxing. Please let me know if you've worked with this deck, or if you've heard of it, if you haven't, if you're interested in it, if it appeals to you. And I will see you all very, very soon.